As we meet in our mats today, we're going to get started in a seated position. Maybe you'd like to be legs crossed. Maybe you'd like to be on your knees. Maybe you'd like to be in butterfly. We're just going to take a moment of stillness, letting our breath carry us through this. With deep inhales, going all the way to the belly. Exhaling, letting the shoulder blades fall down the back. Your neck lengthens. Hands might be on your knees or by your side. If it feels comfortable for you, maybe take this time to close your eyes. Sensing only the breath. During this time, maybe you'd like to set an intention for yourself. Maybe for this practice, the rest of your day. No matter how little, intention matters. You may keep your eyes closed or open them if you'd like. We're going to do 3 cleansing breaths. It's going to be an inhale for 4 seconds, holding at the top, and exhaling with a sigh to where I can hear you. Taking a few more easy breaths before we begin. And on your next inhale, we're going to go in, 2, 3, 4, hold, let it go. Again, 2, 3, 4, hold, let it go. One more. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, let it go. Notice how your body changed. Notice how your mind changed. Now from here, we're going to inhale our arms up overhead. Maybe our palms meet. Let's just reach towards the sky, trying to keep the ribs tucked in, chest open. Let's bring our hands to heart center. Take a breath. On the exhale, twist to the left, only so slightly. And if you'd like, on your next exhale, maybe twist a little deeper. One more breath here. exhale, return back to center. Take a breath. Then on your next exhale, twist to the right. Beginning softly again, letting your body adjust. And if you'd like, on your next exhale, take the twist a little deeper. And then let's return back to center. Slight bow, tilting the head forward. Bringing the torso back to a neutral position, lifting the head up and gently letting it fall behind. Stretching the front of the neck. Going only as far as you can still breathe. Ribs tucked in. And returning back to center. Let's gently tilt our head to the left. Gently rising back to center. And then gently tilting to the right. Letting gravity do most of the work here. And returning back to center. Let's reach our hands up over our head. They don't have to meet this time. And let's just drop the left hand to the mat right beside our hip. Lengthen with that right side. Before tilting up and over, keeping the chest open, ribs down. Maybe bring that left hand to help remind yourself just how down your ribs can go. Trying to keep this right knee from wanting to come up as well. Let's inhale back to center. Lower the right arm, hand to the mat, beside the right hip. Elongate with that left side and go up and over. Using this hand just for support, not really putting too much weight into it. We want to be able to hold our body with our body. And back to center, arms come up. And let them float down to heart center. Let's just go ahead and bring our, if we're not already on our sit bones, we'll find our way there to bring our heels in together Soles of the feet touching. Knees bent, pointed outwards in butterfly. Sitting long and tall. Letting the knees fall to their side. Maybe holding on to the toes. If any knee pain occurs, maybe lighten up a little bit or bring your feet further out in front of you. We're going to take a few more breaths here. Before moving into a forward fold. So if you're not already, let's go ahead and grab those toes, maybe alternating which hand is on top than what you'd usually do. Take a nice inhale, open through the chest, shoulder blades come down, elongate through the neck, begin to forward fold, keeping that spine neutral. Chest remains open. Trying not to cave into this forward fold, to have strength. Let's gently bring ourselves out of that forward fold, letting go of our toes. Leaving the left leg as it is, we're going to take the right knee into the left sole of the foot, internally rotating that right thigh, creating an S shape with your legs. And we're going to go towards the knee that is pointed outwards from our body. Taking a slight twist. Maybe you'd like to take it a little further once your body has adjusted. Maybe you'd like to stay where you are. For the last few breaths, maybe you'd like to come to your forearms. Alright, let's slowly begin to move ourselves out of that twist, coming off the forearms. Leaving our legs where they are, we're going to place our left hand right in alignment with our left hip behind us. We're going to use our right arm to swing around towards the left and lift our hips up, pushing into the shins. Holding here. Pushing into that palm on the mat. slowly release, coming out of that pose the way you went in. We're gonna go ahead and either just flop our knees over to the other side or come back into butterfly before leaving the right leg where it is, turning the left thigh internally to bring the left knee into the right sole of the foot, finding the S shape in that opposite direction. Beginning to twist towards that knee that is pointed outward from our body. Beginning very gently. And gradually deepening the pose with your breath. If you'd like to take this pose to your forearms, do so now. We'll hang out here for about 3 more breaths. Inhaling deep into the belly and letting it go. And slowly come out of that pose, coming onto our forearms. Coming off of our forearms onto our hands. Returning our torso to face front. But let's bring that right hand behind you in alignment with that right hip. Left arm will swing around towards the right, giving you momentum to lift your hips up. Pushing to the palms and the shins, lifting the hips, engaging the glutes. Slowly releasing. Coming back to a butterfly position. Let's go ahead and grab our feet and take another forward fold. Not for as long this time, but maybe you notice you get a little deeper. Rising up out of that. We're going to find a seated position with our legs long out in front of us. Maybe we move around our hips to kind of readjust naturally a little bit. We're going to flex our feet, slight bend in the knees. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, forward fold, reach for the ankles or the toes. Maybe grabbing onto the soles of the foot. Letting the head hang heavy. Maybe bending your knees a little more to get thigh to chest contact. And as your body adjusts, maybe you'd like to straighten the legs out a little. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Maybe taking this time to straighten your legs out all the way. And then we slowly use our hands to lift our torsos back up to an upright position. Feeling our spine realign. Let's go ahead and just roll our shoulders, maybe alternating one then the other, or doing both at once. And rotating the other way. Awesome. Let's go ahead and open our legs into a straddle position, wide-legged. We'll bring our hands to heart center and twist to the left on an exhale. Inhale, raise the arms up overhead. And forward fold, letting all that air out. Maybe grabbing the foot or the ankle. Maybe a slight bend in the knee here. You'd like to try to rest your forehead on your knee, but not putting too much weight. Slight contact. Engaging the foot, pulling through the heel. Maybe straightening that knee. And just continuing to breathe. Feeling the back side of your left leg really release and open up. Maybe getting that leg a little straighter. Three more breaths here. And then using your hands to walk your torso back up, nice and smooth, slow and safe, returning to center. Bringing our hands to our heart. Deep inhale, twist to the right on an exhale. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. going for that right foot or ankle. Slight bend in the knee. Gradually getting that knee straighter. Head hangs heavy. Allowing things to just let go. Slowly using the hands to bring your torso back up. Gently returning to center, legs still wide open. This time, we're going to take another forward fold. Inhale, exhale, fold forward. Maybe reach forward or grab your feet or your ankles. Trying to keep the chest open, pulling through the heels. Maybe changing your arm position. And let's use our hands to walk ourselves back. Bringing our legs back together. Let's go ahead and shake our hips around a little bit. We're going to bring our feet to the mat, knees bent, torso upright. Arms can come out or rest on the mat beside you for support. We're going to slowly walk the feet closer, finding our balance. Stay here. Or maybe try to straighten the legs. And then cross the ankles, roll forward over the knees. Find your way onto your hands and knees in tabletop. we want our fingers pointed forward. We're just gonna warm up the wrists a little bit. We're gonna rock slightly forward, trying to keep the elbows straight. Forward and back. Just gently. We're going to turn our fingers outwards. Keeping the elbows straight, rocking side to side. All right, let's bring our hands back to a forward facing position. Let's look to our thighs and make sure our feet are hidden behind them. And we're going to push into our palms, round our back towards the ceiling. On an inhale, we're going to drop our belly towards the floor. Open the chest. Gaze goes up. Exhale, tilt the pelvis. Around the back. Inhale. Inhale. Drop the belly to the floor. Open chest. Doing this movement at your own pace for about 3 more breaths. Coming back to stillness in tabletop. Let's bring our big toes together. Knees can be together or apart, but we're going to sink our hips back to our heels. Arms go out in front of us. Forehead lays on the mat. Taking a moment to come back to that breath. Maybe this is a time when you'd like to recall that intention you made at the beginning. Whatever feels good for you here, I encourage you to do. Maybe your elbows are bent. Maybe your arms are by your side. This is your pose, your home, to do as you please. Let's bring our hands back in front of us if they weren't already. We're going to find our way back into a tabletop position. Let's go ahead and curl our toes under. Hover the knees above the mat for a few breaths. engaging the core and the glutes. And then lifting the hips up, chest goes towards the knees, heels pull down towards the mat. Maybe readjust your hands here. Maybe walk the dog, bending one knee, straightening the other. Let's go ahead and take the right leg, straighten it out, lift it towards the sky. Paying attention to those hips, trying to keep them level. And then let's just bring that foot back down to the mat. Left side lifts up. Let's go ahead and bring that left foot, step it through towards that left hand. Maybe you bring your hands back to frame that foot. Find a neutral spine, maybe coming onto the fingertips. Elongating from the heel to the crown of the head. And inhale, come up to a crescent lunge. Arms can reach out above you. Maybe you interlace your hands. Palms go forward. Maybe they come to heart center. Maybe you'd like them on your hips to help you level your hips. Making sure this left knee is above the left ankle or behind. Pushing into the left big toe, engaging the arch, lifting the ankle. But also pushing into the ball of the back foot, maybe a slight bend in the knee. From here, let's bring our hands to the mat in front of us. Drop our knee, our back knee, top of the foot onto the mat, and rise up into a low lunge. If it feels good for you, you may prefer having your toes tucked under. Leave your hands here or bring them to your lower back. We're going to take a slight back bend, opening up the chest. If your hands are on your hips, pull your elbows together. Shoulder blades down the back. If your arms are up above you, maybe stretch through them to get a little deeper into this back bend. And then let's release. Bringing the hands to the mat, framing that left foot. Lifting that right knee. I'm just going to go ahead and step the foot up to meet the left. Meeting in a forward fold. letting the head hang heavy. Maybe your knees bend a lot here at first, gradually straightening them. Maybe you'd like to grab opposite elbows and ragdoll. Maybe you'd like to bend one knee more and then straighten the other. And we're going to slowly roll our spine up until we're standing. Arms by our side. From here we're going to inhale, arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, hands come to the mat. We're going to step back with our left foot this time. Coming on to maybe our fingertips, finding that neutral spine. Engaging the right arch, pushing into the right big toe. Pushing into the ball of the left foot. Rise up to a crescent lunge. Taking whichever arm position suits you best. Feel free to change your arm position at any time during any of these poses. One more breath here. And then let's bring our hands to the mat. Drop the left knee. Leave the toes tucked if you'd like, or top of the foot meets the mat. From here, we're going to rise into our low lunge. Maybe arms are up above us at heart center. For the back bend, maybe you'd like to leave them wherever they are or bring them to your lower back. Keeping your hips tight, making sure not to cave into them. Exhale, let's bring the arms to frame that right foot. Curl the left toes, lift the knee. We're going to step that left foot up to meet the right. Maybe your big toes are together, heels slightly apart. Maybe your feet are hip width distance apart. But we're going to find our Tadasana feet pushing into all four corners of the foot. Whatever makes you feel the most stable. And then from here, we're going to sit our hips back, arms rise up, chest opens. Maybe gaze towards the hands for chair pose. Weight is in the heels. And let's stand, straighten the legs. Bring the hands to heart center. Finding those Tadasana feet again. Hip width distance apart maybe, or toes together. Let's lift our arms up above us. Maybe you cross the thumbs. We're going to take a step forward with our right foot. Transfer the weight to that right leg. And begin to lift that left foot up off the mat. Hinging forward. Going only as far as you can still breathe. But wanting to challenge yourself to the edge. Pulling through the heel, flexing the foot. And then coming out of that the way we went in. Stepping back. Arms rise back up. We're going to take a step with our left foot now. Transferring the weight. Slowly tapping the right feet until you're eventually hinging forward. Going only as far as you can still breathe. But challenging yourself. And coming back out the way we went in. Bringing the hands down to our heart center. From here, you might want to find your way onto the middle of your mat. We're going to take our left hand, send it out to the side like a serving tray. Bend the left foot, or left knee, sorry. Extend that arm back, reaching for the ankle. Right arm lifts up above us. Keeping the knees in together, hips leveled. Stay here or begin to kick into that left hand. Leaning forward. As you kick, you lean. Balancing here, finding the right amount of kicking and reaching. It's okay if you fall out. And coming back, letting that foot go, letting the arm swing behind you. Let's find our Tadasana once again, maybe shaking that out a little bit. Right hand comes out as a tray. Bend the right knee, reach the right hand back for the right ankle, left arm rises up. Find your balance on that left foot before you begin to kick into the right hand, leaning forward. This pose takes a lot of focus. And slowly releasing, letting that foot go, arm swings behind. Now from here, let's go ahead and take a wide stance. Toes pointed in slightly. You want most of your weight on the outer blade of the foot. We're going to have our arms out beside us, palms facing forward or interlaced behind our back. Maybe you'd like your hands at your hips. And we're going to go ahead and lead with the chest, hinging at the hips. Heart stays open before letting the back round. Chest towards the mat. Maybe you'd like to readjust. Maybe you'd like to change your arm position. All right, let's find a half lift before we bring our hands to our hips and slowly rise back up. From here, we're going to close our stance, face forward on our mats. Find our Tadasana feet. And then we're going to heel toe our feet out, like slightly further than hip width distance. Toes pointed out. And we're going to take a yogi squat here. Trying to keep the heels on the mat, weight in the heels. Maybe wiggle the toes. Holding here. And let's bring our hands behind us and find our way onto our backs. Legs straight out in front of us. Let's shake our feet side to side to loosen up those hips. Let's take the left knee, bend it, bring it into the body. Give it a hug. Engage both feet, pulling through the heel. Maybe we'll bring that left leg more towards that left armpit. And then we're going to take our right hand, grab the left knee, and bring it across the body. Trying to keep that left shoulder on the mat. Left arm reaches out from the body. Not forcing your leg, just letting it do its thing, giving it its time. Remembering to engage that right leg still. Maybe you look towards your left hand. And let's gently bring that leg back over. sending it straight up to the sky. Engaging the foot, pulling through the heel. And let's grab that leg and bring it towards us. Again, make sure both legs are engaged. You're pulling through both heels still. And then slowly letting that leg, very slowly, release down to the mat. Let's bring that right knee into the body. Give it a hug, engaging the feet. Heels are tight. Maybe bring that right knee towards the